Oh, it's a Giganotosaurus. Oh, look at the stone mountains. That does not look like Zelda. Maybe it's not Zelda. Jason Sheeran.
The most devastating kaiju battle in Earth's history started off like any other. There was hustle and bustle in the city of Tokyo, Japan,
Godzilla?
and everything was running smoothly.
Lord
Suddenly,
Giganoto.
they heard a loud rumbling and the ground shaking. The kaiju defense team watched the coast, and sure enough, there was a huge wave. Thinking it was Godzilla, the team immediately started firing at the monster while alerting the military for backup. Then part of the kaiju submerged from the surface, and the kaiju defense force got a good look at it and knew that this kaiju was not Godzilla. Sure enough, Lord Giganoto rose from the depths of the ocean and walked towards land. He was hungry for a fight and was tired of the usual pushover opponents that he would normally fight and wanted a challenge. The mutant Giganotosaurus immediately started destroying buildings and rampaging the city. The military tried to step in, but Lord Giganoto vaporized all of the tanks. He let out a loud roar, which was followed by an answering roar. Then there was another loud rumble, and another kaiju submerged from the ocean. It was Godzilla. He had heard Lord Giganoto's destruction and came to put a stop to it. The two kaiju exchanged roars before they both charged into battle. The two kaiju were evenly matched, and the battle lasted for hours. The one advantage Godzilla had over Lord Giganoto was his atomic breath and bulkier physique. Lord Giganoto was faster and more agile, however, and was no pushover. Punch after punch, tail whip after tail whip, kick after kick. No matter how many times Godzilla brought the dinosaur kaiju down, Lord Giganoto kept getting right back up. At one point, Lord Giganoto looked over at the King of the Monsters and could tell he was getting tired and nervous. The Giganotosaur's chance had finally come. He charged over at Godzilla and began punching, kicking, scratching, and biting. He grabbed Godzilla by the neck and slammed him into buildings. Meanwhile, the civilians were watching the fight and were astonished. No one had ever seen either kaiju take the amount of punishment that they had. At one point, Lord Giganoto landed a hit so powerful it knocked Godzilla unconscious. As the King of the Monsters fell to the ground, Lord Giganoto let out a loud victory roar. He had won, or so he thought. Godzilla had one more trick up his sleeve and used Lord Giganoto's gloating to his advantage. His dorsal fins began to glow, which grabbed the Giganotosaur's attention. Lord Giganoto walked closer to investigate the glowing, and soon enough, boom! A huge explosion hit the dinosaur in the face and sent him sliding backwards. Godzilla then got right back up and began breathing his signature atomic breath. Lord Giganoto tried to resist, but his breath sent him flying. Then Godzilla picked up the downed Lord Giganoto and began slamming him into walls. He then proceeded to beat that poor Giganotosaurus like no kaiju had ever been beaten before, until finally using his tail to slam the dinosaur to the ground. By this point, Lord Giganoto was coughing up blood. Godzilla then pinned the dinosaur to the ground with his foot and let out a loud victory roar. Lord Giganoto tried to get up but was too weak. Godzilla then grunted before walking back into the ocean. As he walked away, Lord Giganoto finally managed to get back up and looked over at the King of the Monsters and growled as if to say, "Good show, Godzilla, good show." Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the video.
If I ever met him again, then I would end him. He sure did give me a hard fight, I will tell you that. Shut up, you three-headed freak. You don't count for this fight. This fight would be between me and Lord Giganoto only.